Welcome. Casey Ship here. We're going to talk about why your love handles are there. And really, it's your ex lives, your lived experiences, your past lived experiences is what's in your love handles. So there's that. Welcome. So this is for women who are really, really struggling with their body, where you feel like your body is betraying you. But here's the thing. It's not. It's not. You're betraying your body. You're not handling the betrayal. So what's in this for you? Well, you're going to realize real quick why you haven't been able to lose weight, how to get hot as fuck really quick, how to get hot and finally in the struggle of everything you've ever tried to do around weight, health, hormones, all that just fades away. No more struggle. Like, what would life be like with no more struggle? Well, hang around me long enough and you'll find out. So here's the deal. I've been doing this for 15 years. Professional fitness model. I've got 2 kids via C-section. I had a miscarriage in between those. That's I told a story already. I've overcome hypothyroid when doctors told me I was normal. Oh my God. That's like the lamest book in the I don't even know what. 40 years old, almost 40. I could be here for all day long playing the pain Olympics and who's got more shit in their past and all that stuff. But really, this is about you. And I'm here today because the thing that you need to know is that the magic you're looking for is not in another meal plan. It's not in a fucking fasting, intermittent fasting, 75 hard, Orange Theory, trendy, program or some $8,000 program online where women look like men and they, you can't, it's all about macros. Okay. Haven't you tried that? Haven't you tried the macros? Haven't you tried the hormone doctors? I mean, haven't you tried the best coaches out there? Haven't you tried like everything? I mean, most of you are not spring chickens. Okay. And you've tried a lot of things. And typically here's the deal. You don't have to be a mom for this to work. My program's called Hot Moms, but really it's like mother energy. It's so female energy, hot girl. Like I didn't have kids for 10 years. I'm a very career driven woman. I'm very driven, very driven. I have a multi-7-figure, multiple companies. We've been together 20 years, been married for 18 years. We homeschool. Listen, this is not a walk in the park, okay? And most of the time you're out there taking advice from people who are doing way too much. So you want to take advice from people who are doing the least amount of work. And that's me. I went from doing eating 1,400 calories obsessed. We're going to talk about that day of why you're obsessed with tracking and like doing all the right stuff, but freaking out because you gained 2 pounds. Most of you haven't even shit for 3 days. And I'm like, geez, but that's what it is. It's like, it's perfectionism, your ex past lives, your crazy boss, all these things that you didn't even think about are literally stored in your body. If you feel like your body is betraying you, it's because it's betrayed. Your body is simply responding to you. So if there's stubborn fat there, if there's hormonal problems, if there's autoimmune, if there's whatever's going on, it's because your body is in a state of protection. It's in fight or flight. It's been there for way too long. And I specialize in helping women get to the root issue of their weight problems for good. And we do this by healing the nervous system, removing the trauma. And everybody, if you think that you had a good childhood, that tells me you're still a child. Anybody that hasn't lived under a rock and has done emotional intelligence work knows that none of us had an easy childhood. Childhood in itself is traumatic. I don't care if you were raised by Mother King Teresa. Being an adult is traumatic. And so the thing is I am here to bridge the gap where fitness meets spirituality. It's the integration part. This is what lacks in everything that I've ever seen. And that was me. I spent over 50 grand nobody can be in my video. I spent over 50 grand trying to find out what's wrong with me. Anybody else? What's wrong with me? First of all, nothing's wrong with you. What's wrong with you is that nothing's ever been wrong with you, but you think something's wrong with you, is that you've never addressed these things like perfectionism, all the crazy attachment styles. I mean, I have women all the time when they get into my, especially Reset and Restore program. It's in my, one of my masterminds called Hot Moms. And by the way, if I say anything that you want, anything that you're like, I want that, holy crap, I need this, put strategy in the comments when I'm done talking or DM me strategy. I'm going to send you a 14-minute masterclass. No, it's not click. You can watch it and go to my podcast and actually get results for not even paying me. But if you're, I don't really work with those people, but you can actually get results from my free shit. I'm just saying. But if you want anything, my masterclass goes over exactly the thing that you're missing and why you're not getting the body that you want, right? Rapidly. It's why you keep rebounding. It's why you're obsessed. It's why nothing's working out for you. And what it is you're terrified. You're so afraid. Your body is afraid. weight. So of course it's not going to release the weight. Of course you can't shit. Of course everything's blown up in your face, right? And you feel a certain way because here you are, a big boss girl, right? Big doing all these things and your life's actually put together. So what is it exactly? Like, why don't you love your body? Why do you still have love handles? Why is it that, or don't even give me the, oh, I look good for my age. That means you've given up. That just means you've given up. Seriously. And, but when women come into the world, especially Reset Restore, they're like, holy shit, I had no idea all this was under the surface. I mean, just, this is a few things. I'm doing a masterclass tomorrow for my mastermind. These are a few things just to give you an example that will help you to feel validated in that no, you're not at fault. Because I know you're doing the fucking most. And I went from eating 1,400 calories to over 2,500. I went from doing 2-a-day freaking workouts, fasted cardio. By the way, who has time to do all that? I'm sorry. And all this shit out there right now that's like, oh, menopause. If you're in menopause, just walk 10,000 steps. How the wants to walk? No, like, do you have what the? And I'm sorry, but like, what happens if you can't go walk 10,000 steps in fucking snow boots? There's got to be a better way, and there is a better way. There is a better way. It's called the Hot Mom's Way. And once you understand, and I teach you this, I hold back no secrets, but we got to pay you. Then you're going to pay with money or time. So if you've got time, go to my podcast. If you just tell me what to do, then send me strategy in the DMs or go to caseyship.com/apply, fill out the action strategy intake form. Let's get to work because I can show you in 15 minutes, not even, what's been holding you back for 40 years, 15 years. It's that easy. And you can actually figure out what you're going to do, Reset Restore. But today it's more about, and I'm going to get there, I'm going to read this to you. My goal is for you to feel validated because I know that if I stumbled across myself 20 years ago, 18 years ago, 15 years ago, when I was struggling my ass off, I could not, no matter what I did, tried, couldn't get the results I wanted. I had adrenal fatigue, which no doctors don't even acknowledge that. This is why we don't really even worry with white coats. No, we check specific blood panels that addresses the adrenals. This is why when women say, oh, I need testosterone or hormone therapy, I'm like, that is like painting over a rickety barn. You need a whole renovation. You need a whole new foundation, but you're painting over this rickety barn. That's like what HRT is like. It's great and it is phenomenal, but if you don't like restore the barn, good luck. Good luck. There's so much here. I have to like slow down and just give it to you one at a time. But my goal is to help you to understand my old self is that, look, it's nothing that you're not doing. There's nothing wrong with you. You've got adrenal fatigue and you've got tons of trauma that's running the show behind the surface like a little puppet master, okay? What do you mean trauma? What do you mean I have childhood? My life, I have no childhood trauma. Like that right there shows me you're a little girl. You ain't done none of the emotional intelligence work, and that's okay. This is where I come in if you're a newbie to all this, or if you are a seasoned vet healer, and people come to you to touch them on the forehead to heal their autoimmune disease. It doesn't matter anybody in between. Doesn't matter if you're a shaman for that matter. It's all here. I've had those too. It's more about understanding the mind-body-soul connection. Once you understand that you are not just a physical body, and some of you understand the spiritual aspect, you're not just a spirit, you're also a human. So you've got to master human needs. But how? First of all, women aren't even wired that way. Not to mention you sprinkle in, if you haven't watched my video, the glitter demonstration, go watch that on YouTube. Next, you take women, just who we are and like nurturers and all this stuff, and sprinkle in some like empathetic stuff because she's been through lots of things and maybe her parents had anxiety or she always felt like she was in a hurry and she felt misunderstood or all these things, or all this stuff is literally causing you to be stuck. So once you address the things from the root, which is the stored trauma in your nervous system, once you address those things, you're cleaning the slate. Can you imagine cleaning the slate instead of adding shit on top of it? Because right now, what most of you are doing is adding a bunch of programs and shit on top of your already shit. And no wonder you can't stick to anything. No wonder you fall off the wagon the second, the kids get out of school, right? You ever wondered like why certain women like me, it's just easy for us? Okay, first of all, it's not. I'm going to be doing a whole podcast on this later this month on the shit that seems easy for me, like actually what we do to make it easy. I personally have mastered the art of taking care of the human. Now, do I have work to do? Hello, I am not perfect. I went today and cried and sat there because I needed to let go of some stuff and I was holding on to some stuff. And I had this weird pain all up in my upper body. I was starting to get tired at 2:00 and I'm like, whoa. When you start to get tired at 2:00, 3:00 in the day, that is your soul and your spirit. It's like waking up at 3 a.m. That is spirit saying, honey, there is something beneath beneath the surface here you need to let go of. You've got to do the work. And I've got a thing called neutralizers and clear my shit. I've got all these tools that helps the human access supernatural quantum things, subconscious things that's deep in the nervous system. And once you address those, the let go happens. And once you understand how to let go of some of this stuff and you're aware of like, this is why I was feeling this way. It's like if you've ever watched my old content or listened to the podcast, you're like, Casey, it's just like you're speaking to my soul, because I am. That's really all that I connect to be honest with you. When I have to break down and talk to the human part of you, it's like wasting our time. So once you address the things on the soul and an energetic spiritual level, that accounts for anything and everything in the physical body. I mean, your physical body is a spaceship. Your physical body is a spaceship. Think of like Men in Black and the little guy in your head telling you what to do. That's exactly what you are. The thoughts you think, everything that's going on in your life, the circumstances that you're given, how you handle those circumstances, your partner, your body, everything you have created with the thoughts that you have been thinking and the emotions created from those thoughts. But where do they come from? Well, they come from early programming. And they also come from, hell, we could talk all day about DNA coding. Okay. It's whatever. But let's just bring it from this lifetime. Okay. Our programming up until like 9 years old, you're in a state of hypnosis. You're being hypnotized by school, society, people, little kids in class making fun of you or telling you can't do this. Or maybe you've got siblings and wondered why they got this and you didn't get that. And you made up a story about you because kids are narcissistic like that. It's just normal. Mommy's busy. Oh no, she doesn't want to. There's something wrong with me. Right? There's all this shit nobody thinks about. I don't care how much therapy you've done. We have therapists take our program and like, holy shit, because we integrate with the soul. This didn't come out of a fucking book. This came out of years and years of lived experience and me walking the walk, saying yes to my gifts and bringing it to the world. This is why women, when they come into my world and they do the work, they come out a different woman. They come out, they don't struggle with that anymore. They don't. It's just done. They get their hormones done, right? And they're like, holy shit, that's a big time awakening. They right there just to see like, wow, these other doctors, they've missed all this, right? So you thought doctors were like God, like I did. We thought just because somebody had a white coat on, they knew more than God. I grew up in a very small town, very ignorant small town. And you can take that how you want it, but that's what my experience was. So they thought if you had a white coat or you were a nurse, you automatically had authority over most people. Okay. So not true at all. Matter of fact, our healthcare system is the problem. A lot of them are so unhealthy because they only believe in Western medicine. I love Western medicine, but it's got its place. Just like Eastern, you can't just sit here, being a human in these days, day and time and be like, oh, I'm just going to go chant and sit and do all this. Like, come on, you have to integrate all of it. So my point is that your spirit and your energetic body, your emotional intelligence, the smarter you are emotionally, the healthier you're going to be, the happier you're going to be, the more money that you're going to have, the richer your life experiences it's going to be. This is proof, this is scientific, and it's also woo. I know both of them. This is exactly why you keep gaining the same weight. It's because it's safe. And then some books will go, oh, it's your set point, your upper limiting belief, whatever. Everybody names it something different. That's called marketing, by the way. Half of my shit, everybody's in shit you see, most of it's marketing. At the end of the day, it comes down to an energy. And the energy that you emit is why you're struggling with your body. It's why nothing's working out. It's why you think that it takes more. That right there in itself shows me that you don't think you're enough. Because when you don't think you're enough, you will think you're not doing enough. And nothing's ever enough. And so there's guilt, there's obligation, there's pain, there's frustration. That shows me right there, you are living in your lower self. You are not living as your higher self. You're not integrated. You don't even know what I'm talking about, but you're like, this bitch is onto something. So we get your hormones done. That'll show you right there, like, holy shit, my adrenals are off. My thyroid is fucked. Wow. Okay. We work on some of that stuff. We clear out some mommy wounds. We clear out some attachment wounds. It's some shadow work. We do some shadow work, but it's not all like, run the corner. It's liberation. It's waking up to an ancient lineage that lives inside of your fucking sacral chakra. We're awakening the kundalini, if you want to call it that. Half of you aren't having sex either. You don't feel hot. You feel really fucking insecure. So I think it's maybe time, and you're not going through a midlife crisis. It's called a midlife awakening. Wake up. This is some of the best times of your life right now. There's one in your quarter life. Actually, it goes like this. There's a rite of passage. When you go from being a child, which was stolen from a lot of us, and you go to being a young adult, puberty. Nobody was given that rite of passage. We do that in Hot Moms and Amar, one of my feminine courses. Now, the next time you go through this is when you go from being a young woman to a mother. Nobody talks about this rite of passage. The goddess awakens. This is when most women have big things happen. When you get get married, when you become someone's wife or partner, middle age, after 30, that's another one. And then 35, 40, 45, 50, when you've got total hysterectomy. I had a total hysterectomy like 31, right? Why am I hot? Why am I hot? Why am I jacked? I mean, you could sit here and say I'm fake. I got plastic work, all that shit. Yeah, whatever. I mean, hell, there's a lot of people that do that, but do they have all of it? Do they have all of it? Oh, you see these women out there online with like faces, they're just wrinkled all the hell and back, bitching about menopause and drinking wine. Do you really want to be like them? Or do you want to be like the hotties that are like 70 and they look smoking hot? And they're not bitching and complaining about menopause. A lot of you won't like hearing that because it takes your excuse away. Yes, you do have responsibility. You have control over all this. You got to take responsibility though. So we get your hormones done. We biohack some shit. We start testing your gut. We don't tell you what to eat. Your body tells you what to eat. We've got a way to show you exactly what to eat. So there's no guesswork. But then, same thing's going to happen. The honeymoon phase wears off. You've got your hormones done. You realize like, wow, I'm feeling better. Holy crap. Wow. And then like, I know what to eat. Now you've got some macros. You're doing a workout. The workouts we do, we actually get your blood work and your food and all this other stuff. And we're like, all right, based on this person's unique genetics and nervous system makeup, she actually doesn't need any of that type of workout. We actually put you on a specific workout that gets you out of sympathetic, that puts you into pair. Trainers, take note. Those of you that are trainers that follow all my shit and you want all of my marketing stuff, just take my business class. You'll learn exactly what I'm doing so you can stop copying all my shit and actually create something to help more people. Because copying my shit's just watered down stuff for me. There's something that you have that I suggest just go ask me about my business offer. Just go do that. But anyway, and I see some trainers and I know they're struggling. They're puffy. And I'm like, you're doing too much. If you're puffy, that's literally coming from all the responsibility you hold from your mom and feel like you've got to take care of your parents and everybody else fucking expectations. God. So anyway, once we gather all this stuff, we put you on a specific workout. For example, if you're doing 5 days a week of workouts and you're tired, you're taking caffeine, you have no libido, your sleep is off, and you feel like really frustrated all the time, you have no business being in the gym 5 days a week. None. None whatsoever. I'm looking at the camera up here. I'm looking at you. You need to drop it down. And I have a free video on YouTube, by the way. Free video on YouTube called Reverse Dieting that walks you through some of this. If you want to do all that yourself. If you don't, you want to actually work with me, get faster results. CaseyShipcom/apply. You're welcome. So once you start to back off the workouts, your body can let go. Your body can let go. So people think you need to do more. Oh, it's not working. Let me just add more cardio. Let me just, tighten it down a little more and like restrict even harder. Honey, that shows your body that alert. I am in survival mode. Everybody, nothing. Don't anything. Water, actually all the water can just store right here and make me, the puffiness comes in. Your body literally starts holding on to more fat because you go into a state of like panic of something's not okay. Let me restrict. Restriction. Listen to what you're doing. Restricting and constricting. Does that sound like expansion and freedom? No, it does not. So what makes you think you're going to have a healthy, fit, hot body by treating your body like that? It's an energy thing. And calories in, calories out. Oh, it's a thing, huh? It's a thing, isn't it? Tell that to a woman that's eating sub 1,100 calories. Why she just can't lose weight. When she starts eating the food and she eats sporadically, yeah, sure, she's not eating the best food. I'm not even talking to people like that. And I know how you feel when you see people talk about that, like it's calories in, calories out. Wouldn't that be fucking nice? Wouldn't that be nice? This is why HCG and Ozempic and all this other stuff, like how long is that going to take for that to just, when you start eating normal or have a breakdown or whatever it is, you're just going to gain it all back. You're just going to get it because you didn't get to the root issue. So I would like to see that person's relationships, and truly I would like to see their energy on a day-to-day basis. Like I want to see a lot. I want to see relationships. I want to see their blood work. I want to see what they're sacrificing. I want to see all that because it doesn't require sacrifice. It doesn't. But some of you think that it does. It's crazy. It's not crazy. You're not crazy. It's crazy that we believe all this shit. And then we wonder why. Oh, my body's betraying me. No, there's betrayal energy in your body from, it could be 1,001 things. I'm not going to go through it here that you just haven't dealt with. So it's coming out in your body. Your body is simply the spaceship. You are telling it where to go and what to do. But you don't know that. You don't know you have that much power. I mean, check this out. These are hidden ways trauma actually shows up in your body. We're going to make a post about this. The perfectionist, okay? This is like, I just need to wait till this is perfect. There's this underlying fear. There's this procrastination. Like, you need to do it, but you don't do it most of the time. Some fear. You're afraid of what's going to happen when you get it. You're afraid of what you've got to give up or some pain that's in the way. A lot of limiting beliefs here that need to be addressed and challenged and like you need a new perspective on it. Now, obsessively tracking macros, dead giveaway. Cannot skip a workout without anxiety versus I went over this. Where did I go over this? Just went over this in the last 10 masterclass. I think we still have that up for sale. It's like, is it $11 or $20, $30, something like that. The last 10, I actually cover things deeper and give you tons of aha stuff. This is for the public. This is where it's like, I'm throwing up shit and hoping something sticks. I know something's going to stick. Okay. But I know a lot of you don't know who I am. And it's like, who is this bitch? Whatever. So it's kind of like, I'm just speaking on stuff. I don't really have notes today. So you're just getting free ball, Casey. But your body, you feel wrong if you're not following something strict. And I've followed those plans before where it's tilapia, asparagus, sweet potato, no fruit, or nothing, no off limits, nothing. The feeling I felt in my body, it was sadness. I felt it triggered all my childhood shit of like feeling alone, misunderstood, feeling like everybody else got to enjoy their life, but not me. Like that's what diets make me feel like. So, and I'm very rebellious. So of course I don't do that stuff. Hell no. Chronic inflammation, despite all the clean eating you're doing, dead giveaway. There's trauma under the surface, anxious attachment, perfectionism, all these other things, tons of feminine wounds I can't even describe. Thyroid issues that don't respond to medication. I have a very good testimonial. Andrea, she came in very similar to a lot of women, no energy, all this stuff, thyroid issues. She was even on like thyroid medicine. What's it called? Synthroid. And I said, you just need to handle your mommy wounds. She got into one of the courses. I have something called mommy diet, but I think she got into Reset Restore, and I forget, honestly, you would just need to ask her. Once you get in, you can just ask her. But she did Hot Mom's Mastermind, no more thyroid medication. I'm not saying that's going to happen for you, but just once you heal and address your mommy wounds, your feminine wounds that you don't even know you have, dieting and your body and all this stuff gets a lot easier. Digestion issues, bloating, anything like that, underlying trauma. Now, the problem is the women who feel like I just need to be healed before I can have the thing. Wrong. That's the part of you that is driven by toxic shame, thinking that you're not worthy enough until you heal the shit. No. I teach where you go for the thing. You don't need to heal shit before you get the thing. You go for the thing, and whatever comes up in the way is the thing you get to clear. Like, for example, let's say we start working together and you're like, holy shit, I'm a little overwhelmed. Now I'm thinking like, what did I do? This was not a great time, all this stuff. Okay, great. So you're anxious. There's something there. You're feeling anxious. So I want you to go do the anxiety neutralizer. And I want you to use this XYZ thing we use with AI and da 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 da. You're going to come back and say, okay, there's a few things. I watched Reset Restore and I did the anxiety neutralizer, and holy shit, I just unlocked blank, blank, blank. And I actually have a whole different perspective. And really it was just that I didn't believe in myself from blah, 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 blah. Your whole energy is different. So it's not like you needed to go heal and clear all this shit and clear your money stuff and your self-worth issues and all this stuff and your daddy wounds. No, you set the goal for what you want whenever the trigger comes up, because most people are very in their emotions. When you're very in your emotions, you're dumb. And it's okay. I've been dumb before. You're dumb when you're in your emotions. It's best said, when emotions are high, intelligence. When emotions are high, intelligence is low. Warren Buffett says, if you cannot manage your emotions, you cannot manage your money. Casey Shipp says, if you cannot manage and understand your emotions and work and integrate with them, you can't manage your body and you won't have a hot body. And if you do have a hot body, it's built on sand. It's built on a house of cards. Is this making any sense? I know it is. I know it is for some of you. You know, when it comes to emotional eating, no matter what you eat or whatever you binge, you do all this stuff, that is from a void. You're trying to fill a void, but it's never going to be filled with food. Not until you learn how to rescue yourself and sit with yourself will anything shift and change. Nothing. Well, Casey, what's the meal plan? Oh, I'll give you macros. We have macros specific to your hormones. Like once you do your hormone test with us and your food test with us, and we see where your nervous system's at, what all's on your plate, literally like on your emotional, once you see we see what's on your emotional I guess not capacity, emotional backpack, emotional load, what your emotional load is. Because a lot of you are just so in it, you don't even realize it. Once we see that, we can give you macros, we can give you the workout. So I have a thing right now if you want it, easy weight loss system. I feel like, oh yeah, go to the link in my bio. It's there. It's like maybe $30 and it gives you the macro calculator. It gives you the food test. And there's a couple stuff you can do it yourself, right? What happens when you fall off? How does me and all these other women maintain our bodies when we go on vacation and we seem like we're having a good time? Like, how do we do it? We don't sit there and track our macros religiously when we're doing all that stuff. How do we do it? It's because we have transcended the drama and the emotional burdens. And until you realize, until you address the emotional intelligence, the energetics, the trauma, whatever you want to fucking call it these days, address your nervous system, your weight's not going to come off and stay off. And those of you that want to prove me wrong, go for it. And if you've got to just go out and prove me wrong for the rest of time and whatever, then you're giving me way too much power. You're putting me as like your father or your mommy or some girl that made fun of you in school. I don't know. You're not free though. See, I want you to lose the weight. I want you to feel hot. I want you to feel hot. I want you to feel free. It's not like those lottery winners when they win money, but they blow it all because they feel poor. I mean, have you ever gotten something that you really wanted? You're like, this is going to make me so happy. You get it, and in like 2 weeks, it's old news. You're right back to where you were. Right. Same thing. It's like tequila. I say it. If you a hoe and you drink tequila, you're just gonna be a bigger hoe. Weight, hate to break it to you, your dream goal weight, money, body, all these things. You think it's gonna make you happy. It's not. It's gonna be very temporary. And until you get mature enough to sit with that addictive pattern in you where you're constantly chasing the high and you're chasing the thing and the chasing the thing, it's never gonna come because you love the drama. Let's be real. You love the drama. The drama is the highs of relationship. That's why you're never supposed to get married to people within the 2-year frame because it's all infatuation hormones. This is why women love drama, where it's like they get boyfriends, they go all in, and then they have all this stuff, and then back and forth. It's very addictive. Study science and what it does to your brain. Food and body is the same way. So don't tell me, oh, you hate all this stuff. You love the drama because you're still in it. When you're tired of the drama, when you're done with your own drama of gaining and losing the same 10, 20, 30 pounds and the same old stories of hormones or my kid died or not my kid died, my dog died, my kid got sick or, COVID happened or this happened, whatever. When you're tired of that shit, you will learn to become truly bulletproof and you'll learn to become okay no matter what. It's an energy. And that is inside of your emotional system. We're not talking tears here. We're talking mindset, mind, body, soul. Why do you think they fucking sell it that way? Like, Casey, what makes you different? My body, soul. And it's not all just like, oh, dream big and think positive. That's great. But it's like Ted Lasso. Do y'all want to be like Ted Lasso and struggle and suffer with that much depression because you're just so bubbly and everything's going to be good on the outside? No, that's not human. It's okay to feel human emotions. The problem is we have been taught not to. Be a good little girl. Good girls don't do that. They don't say that. They don't act like that. Oh, you're not spiritual. You're not this. Fuck that judgment. We're going to clear that judgment right out because you know what the judgment's causing? Kidney problems. Judgment's causing fatty liver because then you're getting pissed off. And that's where it likes to go, is in your liver. Lungs, carrying around grief and loss for what never was, what happened, little things that you lost your body. You're not 20 anymore. Have you sat with that grief and loss of the change? No, you just keep fucking going. Why? Because that's what you were taught. So why is this beneficial for you? Because you're going to be a better mom. You're going to be a better sister, a better whatever you are. You're going to reach your highest human potential when you say yes to doing the mind, body, soul work, more than just the hormones. Now listen, if you don't want to do any of this, guess what? I have an offer. It's called the challenge. I know. I saw you got wet. I know you got lit the slit with that one. The challenge, yeah, it's just the surface level shit. It's the hormones, the food, and workout. And it's great. It's really great because we give actually more than most people. I've got drop the fucking weight struggle in there. I've got reset, restore, some little bit of the emotional healing work. And it's surface. It's more surface level. I've got stuff that's so woo it would scare you. We have offers all in between. You know why? Because I've been all in between. I've been working this type of work since how old was I? Well, I mean, I've been an entrepreneur since I've been 7, but I've been doing this work, when I say 15 years, okay, 2008. I've been studying psychology and the medical, I started in the medical field when I was like 19, 20, right? So I was always loving anatomy. So you got to look at it like 19 years old, I'm 40. That's a long time. And you know how many clients, thousands of clients. My husband's worked with 75,000 private sessions, specializing in families and children, paired with me. And he's a pro athlete, paired with with me, a professional fitness model that now has worked with thousands of women from all walks of life. So why do I have all of these offers from surface level beginner to very advanced spiritual, mind, body, soul, business, and healthy shit? Because I've been all that. Wouldn't it be rude of me not to give you the blueprint frequency hacks so you don't have to live through the same hell? Right. Okay. So there's that. Here's the deal. Drop the control. You do not have to do all these things to lose the weight. And the second you do that, when you succumb to waist trainers, fasting that's not spiritual, don't lie to yourself. Either be like, oh, this is for God, but I'm really gonna be losing like 15 pounds. Honey, you're sick. You're sick. It's an addiction. You hate yourself. And you can't outrun it. You can't outstarve it. You can't out exercise it. You can't out numb it, marry out. You can't money out. You can't, it's like Final Destination up in this bitch, man. You can't cardio it out. You can't restrict it out. You can't buy the cheap program out. You can't do that. Your body's going to win. It has kept score. Your body has kept score. And, you know, if you want to continue just your family lineage and being like just a little bit better than your parents was, that's fine. Just stay right where you're at. Don't change, because change is scary. It's going to require a level of trust from you. But it worked out for me. And it's worked out for 3,000 other women. I suggest going and watching the masterclass. I'll show you the surface level stuff, the things that you didn't think about, how I went from 1,400 calories to over 2,500, how I went from doing daily cardio to no cardio, how I went from doing, 6 days a week of workouts to maybe 3 or 4, having kids, building, empires, and loss, near-death experiences, moving across the country, betrayal, extreme loss, financial stuff. Like, how did I do it? It's all there. It's all there. And not until you understand that it's a mind, body, soul thing, that you cannot escape it. You have to address the mind, the body, and the soul, and learn how to integrate, take in the hormones, the food, the lifestyle, the mindset, the spirit work. You can't just be spirit, Jesus, God, holy roller, and ignore the temple. Your temple, your body is how you express the spiritual side. That's it. And if you're not spiritual, if you're atheist or whatever, that's fine. Don't you want to feel better? Don't you want to look better? I don't know. I don't know if anybody atheist follows me. I don't know. Either way, I know I've worked with a couple of. Most people are pretty spiritual that I work with, though. Did I forget anything else? Did I leave anything out? I think that it's time for you to just go watch the masterclass. All right, drop strategy after I'm done, strategy in the comments, or DM me strategy. Click the link around this video. If you want the easy weight loss system, go to my link in my bio. It's there. It's got the macro calculator, the food test, and I go over Maslow's law that you didn't even think about, the human needs thing. Because a lot of you are like, I'm ready to do all this for New Year's, and I'm ready to like become this big bitch and do this. It's a new year, new me. You aren't even sleeping well. Like, you're not even mastering your own human needs. You don't even feel safe in your body, which is your home, which is your shelter. That's the baseline of the human needs. So not until you learn to master your basic human needs and understanding your emotional, increasing your emotional intelligence to be like, hey, I'm feeling this way, I'm feeling that way, or learning to set boundaries with yourself spiritually, emotionally, financially, all of them. Half of you are still having sex out of guilt and obligation and calling it like, we have a good sex life. Like, you are totally lying to yourself. Totally lying to yourself. There's so much more out there for you. There's so much more. And I'm not even sitting here begging. I'm just saying, like, I wish I could have heard this before. Money blocks, man. I'm telling you, go clear your money shit. When I started clearing my money shit, I can't tell you how my life improved, because my money shit was related to scarcity. And if you have scarcity in you, like, there's not enough money, I'm afraid to spend this money, that's constricted within your body, you're going to hold on to fat. You have to learn how to embody the mindset and the energy of freedom, acceptance, and trust. And that is fucking hard, even for the most skilled person in mindset work and spirituality, because we are in fact human, and you will see my human side, and that's okay. And that's why I'm down for anybody who's willing to take responsibility. And if you are, then go watch the masterclass. From the masterclass, there will be it says application, but what that really is, fill it out. We will send you back about 3 offers that we feel like is best for you to get started with. All different price ranges, just depending on what you want. Some people want 1-to-1, some people just want hormones, and some people want it all. So I'm here for it all. I'm here to support you. I'm here to serve. It doesn't have to be hard. Please, dear God, Lord, baby Jesus, and to all the things that is real, please don't buy another diet plan or trendy little cutesy pootsy plan. Don't try to buy things just because it's cheap. Do not restrict yourself. That's not the answer. The answer is you learning how powerful you are, how deserving you are of what you want, and that it's okay to have what you want without the struggle and the drama. And I'm just going to leave you with that at 555 for transformation. All right. CaseyShip.com/register, CaseyShip.com/apply to apply. Talk to you soon.